Yo, what up?
Hi,
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. Sorry for the last minute deck doc drop, but
You're good.
this was just a fun idea I recently had in mind. I tend to do that with decks.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so it looks like you have given me another challenge, and I can tell there's going to be a challenge because you haven't even come to me with a complete deck. You're missing 10 cards, dude.
I know.
So hit me with the elevator pitch. What's going on here?
It's simple, really.
Oh,
Girl power with water.
okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
There aren't a lot of cards, so it was hard for me to come up with a good deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it was just something that's been on my mind, and since you did wonders with my Fumi deck, I figured if I was to build something like this, what extra cards would I use?
I love that. I love that. Let me take a look. We are under the water symbol at some of our options. I'm gonna jam some of these in the sideboard. And so the goal is to not have any male characters in the deck. That's the goal?
Well, it might be a bit impossible, but
No. We can make it happen.
no, I mean, basically it's mostly girl power, but I don't mind a bit of testosterone, but I'm
Fair.
just trying to figure out what other cards would work best with this one.
Okay. I mean the quick answer is obviously Atsui. Atsui, the frog is where it's really at here. There are some options. Let me do some looking. Where are you at? Here, and then we can chat about these ones first. Okay, so I've added some cards into our sideboard, and so the cards that I've added are Observant Student, Rescue Completed, Wall Cling, Amphibious. So these are her 4 foundations that we have, and if we just 4x all of these, we'll have 16 more. We'll be at 56. We could wipe our hands and call it a day, but we want something a little more consistent than just than what's going on there. The only big attack that I could see us wanting to toss in the deck is maybe Amphibious Ambush. This card is exceptionally good with the ranged cards that we have of Acid Fling and Corrosion Breach. This card's exceptionally good, but it is a promo. It is a box topper from set 1, and so I don't know if you have any of these.
No, I do not. This is just a hypothetical build.
Okay, that's totally fine. Well, we will cut this one, but if you happen to get a hold of even a singular copy of Ambush, I think that this card would do wonders, because basically what it does is it lets you replay your Acid Corrosion Breach. So you play Acid Corrosion Breach, and then you Amphibious Ambush it into your momentum, and then you get to, when you play a second Acid Corrosion Breach, you get to sling the momentum card into your card pool, look at it, pick it back up, and then play it right back down again. And so it feels really good in her. But we will cut it for now.
Well,
So,
what I mean by that is that I don't have any of these cards yet. That's what I
oh,
meant by hypothetical build.
okay. So I'm gonna go put it back because I like this card. I like this card a lot in this deck.
That's
So
okay.
let's actually do. If we're going absolutely crazy with it, then let's get crazy with it, huh?
I like crazy.
If we're going crazy, let's get crazy. I keep swinging. Okay. All right, so I've now added 2 cards back in. We've got Frog Lashing and we've got Ambush. First and foremost, how do you feel about Creeping Vine Eruption? Are you a big Ibarra fan?
I was until Hawks was revealed to be the traitor. Remember, anime dub only.
Right. Um, that is fair. So this card is pretty good, but I don't know if it needs to necessarily be a 4 of in the deck we're kind of trying to build. I think a 2 of is actually perfect because it doesn't actually get to respond off of what Mina's got going on. After your punch or range attack deals damage, this has neither punch nor ranged on it.
I know, that's why I added her character card inside.
Fair, which we
and
could.
For the record,
go ahead.
For the record, this was something I threw in at the last minute. This whole deck.
Yeah. So we could just take in with these 2 Creeping Vines, we could just add 2 into the side, right? We could do Ibarra here, then Creeping Vine over the side. And then now we get to have access to a couple more other cards. Like, I think like a double Lashing, maybe double Amphibious might be the way to go. 22 attacks. Okay.
That works.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah, this is a lot of attacks. We might actually have to cut some down. How do you feel about Cheerful Uppercut as a card? Have you played this one?
No, I have not.
Okay. So what I want to do is I actually want to cut this one down to a 1 of. Or excuse me, cut it down to a 3 of. Because it doesn't have the ranged keyword, and we really want to be able to use Amphibious Ambush's combo ability, which says the previous card had to have range on it. So I want to do that with Cheerful Uppercut, and I might want to do that with Acid Chop, but I'm not decided. Maybe 21 attacks is fine. If we're playing a 50 card deck, we want to have this number as close to like 18 as possible. Like 18 is our magic number. And so this deck is going to be very, very aggressive. Incredibly aggressive.
I did not know that. I just like the whole element of water.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's why I'm here, right? To help drop those numbers, hit those stats. But I think we can get away with 21 as long as we push up to closer to like maybe like a 54, 55 card deck. I think if we do that, which currently we're at 41, and so now we get to play all these cool foundations to do it. Since we have dropped Creeping Vine Eruption down to a 2 of, I think we should take Faith Shield and also drop it down to a 2 of, because we're going to be playing 4x of Wall Cling. This card does Creeping Vine Eruption's job, except for instead of blocking with it in hand, it's now a flip enhance on board.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's going to put us up to 50 or 43. Looks good. Because we are playing a 2-check, we need to have all the spam that we can. And so we're going to jam 4 Amphibiouses into our deck. And the reason we want to play Amphibious is, number 1, it triggers off of Amphibious Ambush. We take and we add one of our range cards from our card pool to our momentum. We then get to re-ready all of the Amphibiouses on our board. As well as, when Acid Corrosion Breach works, it says add the top card of your deck to your card pool face down, there's your cost. Look at the face down cards. You may add one of them to your hand. When you add it to hand, that's a card leaving the card pool. Amphibious gets to ready back up again. This card is insane with its utility with Acid Corrosion Breach. It's very, very good.
But I also add a character card for Sue in case I want to use her as my character card instead.
Yeah, 100%. We'll take and we'll do this. Did you want Asui 1 or Asui 2?
Well, since I already have Mina 2 and I'm going Crimson Rampage mindset. Sure.
Asui 2 is a DLC card from set 1. So I don't know. I mean we're getting crazy with it, so we could just toss it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one that we have, so we need at minimum 3 more cards. The last couple cards we have is Observant Student, which I think we're going to toss in at a 4 of. So this is going to push us up to 51. This card says, while in Deadlock, whenever you do decide to use this Acid Corrosion Breach, if my opponent has 11 foundations, you can commit Observant Student and just go pick another one up out of the discard pile. It's very, very good.
Wow.
Yeah. And then lastly, we've got Rescue Completed, which we want to put in at a 3 of. And the reason we play this card is to get us up to this close to like 54 number, 54, 55. Now we're actually gonna do something a little silly with the character, but we don't want to play all 4 of it because this is a 2-check, and so playing it on turn 1 is really spooky. It's very, very spooky. Because like going first, we start with a character committed. We play a 3. We check a 2. Our turn's over. We don't even get to go first or second. We go third. That sucks. That's really, really bad.
That is spooky.
Yeah. So here's the last cool thing that we get to do. Character cards have stats, right? They are 0 mid blocks with 6 checks. Let's look at our stats real quick. We could, if we wanted to, just to hit real girl power, we could put Shiozaki and Asui 2 just in the main board. You'll start with this one out on the stage, but these will go inside of your deck to be good checks and good blocks. And then you're allowed to, quote-unquote, sideboard into them with characters from inside of your main deck. That is a legal thing you're allowed to do. And so it lets you have the 10 cards in your sideboard be more relevant for, like, tech pieces of playing more Frog Lashings, playing more Creeping Vines, playing more Faith Shields in your sideboard. And then you could just have these characters be in your main board and then be able to, like, play harder things. What are your thoughts?
And I can switch them out depending on who I'm facing?
Yes, after game 1, you're allowed to do that.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Thoughts? Is that a thing you want to do?
Of course.
Okay.
Why not?
All right. I'm in. All right. So we got one here. We got one here. And then we take a relook. We are at 56. We could get away with literally one more character if we wanted to toss in a third one. But I don't know if there is a third female character to toss in. It would just have to be Asui 1, right?
Yeah.
Or Mineta, just to be funny.
No.
No, yeah, I agree. But it's your call. We can put in Asui 1 if we wanted to, or we could just leave it as Asui 2. I think overall for doing the theme that we're doing, I think this is a pretty decent fun deck.
I agree. It is fun.
Yeah. Is there anything? Oh, Toru, she's a provisional promo. Good point. We'll toss her in. That's the right call. Put her in at the 1 of. Boom. We found her. Nice. The gang's all here.
Awesome.
Perfect. Is there anything in here that you vehemently disagree with, that you absolutely can't stand that I put in the deck?
No, this is actually a fun design that I've been thinking about for a while, and thank you for helping me bring it to life.
You're very, very welcome. Let me shoot you over the deck list, and you have a good one, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Peace.
Bye.